Hi guys. So I was blown off again. Yep. So I actually had a neurologist appointment today, this morning, which I did not mention previously because I was already kind of stressed about it. I didn't want to make a big deal about it and get even more stressed. I haven't tried to go to a neurologist in 4 years. The last time I went, I was blown off. So it took a lot of nerve to work up the courage to go to this appointment. And yeah, I was super nervous and stressed out. My blood pressure was like way higher than it normally is, which looked normal on their charts because I run it nearly dead. Yeah, so I was kind of hopeful that since I had a female neurologist this time, she might be a little more willing to listen to me. So I basically went through kind of overview of everything with her, and so she asked me what I thought it was. I'm like, what? Aren't you the doctor? Aren't you supposed to figure that out for me? Like, anyway, I said that the only thing that I had found personally that made sense based on my symptoms, etc., like various things, was Tourette syndrome or, some other similar tic disorder. And she was like, oh, well, Tourette syndrome is a childhood disorder, and it would be really rare if it was that. So, yeah, she basically just completely dismissed me and did not give me any kind of diagnosis. She said, well, it's probably stress, and these things usually go away on their own. Regardless of the fact that I said, it's been a persistent problem for a decade. It is getting worse, not better. It is lasting longer. With each year that goes by, more stuff comes out. Like coprolalia didn't used to be a problem for me, and now it is. I've had some echolalia, also a little bit of copropraxia recently, which is a surprise. I was like, hello, hi. No, let's not do that. And I have a child trying to break into my room now. So, yeah, she blamed it on stress.
Mama.
No, go away. I'm finishing something up. I'll be out in just a minute. Can you go find a book? Hurry, hurry. I'll be right back. I'll be done in a minute, okay?
Okay, are you talking about that with presents?
Maybe, yes. I do have another present I need to wrap, so you better leave so I can wrap it.
My present?
Uh-huh.
Oops.
That wasn't a lie. I do have another present for her that I need to wrap for Christmas, so I did not lie to my child, y'all. I'm just not wrapping presents right now, but I do have another one to wrap for her. So yeah, she was like, it'll probably, these things usually go away on their own, regardless of what I said about it being a more persistent problem each year and more things, adding on top each year. And yeah, it was super frustrating. I mean, they took some blood for lab work, but that's not gonna show anything. It never does. And she was like, well, we could do an MRI after you have your baby, which I'm 29 weeks now. So we're moving right along. So what now? I can go back in 6 months and have her say, oh, look, it's not bothering you anymore. I told you it would go away. Which, yeah, okay, that's probably going to be the case in 6 months. But it won't be the case 10 months from now when it's bad again. I don't know, guys. I don't know if it's just like I suck at advocating for myself or what. So that's where I am. Yeah, pretty grumped out about it. And listen, okay, this is not about, this is a lot, like, I'm not looking for medication. You know, I'm not looking for a card I can play as, oh, you know, well, I have this condition or this condition, so you have to feel sorry for me, or you have to, you know, provide allowances for me. That's not what it's about at all. What it's about is I really need answers so that I can help build, so that I can get support for dealing with symptoms, etc. And like, I can't really get that without answers, you know? So, I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure if I tried to find, like, you know, social media groups about, you know, handling stress, I would not find anyone dealing with the stuff I'm dealing with. That's not the problem here, people. Please. The most stressed I have been, like, in the last month, was at this appointment this morning, because I knew this was going to happen again, and this is why I haven't tried going anywhere in 4 years. So yeah, that's where I am. Also the whole, like, oh, it's a childhood disorder, like, that would not be, like, no, that couldn't possibly be it. Like, oh, okay. It's so frustrating to know more about the thing that you think you may have than the doctor that you are sitting in the office with. That is so frustrating. And now here comes another child. Because, like, what are you going to do? Like, you're going to tell them, actually, for a lot of people, it does go into adulthood, and it gets worse in adulthood for some people. And that is, like, a proven fact. If you were up to date on movement disorders, you might know that. What are you going to do? You're going to tell that to a doctor? Like, oh yeah, let's question the doctor's authority on this subject and make a good friend. Anyway, guys, this is kind of just a ramble. I'm feeling very defeated at the moment. And I don't know, like, she was also like, well, it doesn't really seem to be that big of a deal. Oh, like, you live with it for over a decade, where it's at a point where some days you cannot function. And you still have to raise children, by the way, while you're doing it. And make sure that they, you know, survive. And you tell me that it's not a big deal. Like, it's so frustrating that, I don't know, like, normal people look at it and they're like, oh, it doesn't look like that big of a deal. You're just, like, twitching a little bit. Like, you just have a little bit of shaky. Like, that's not a big deal. It's so much more than that. And it can be really difficult some days. And I don't like whining. And I don't know how to get this point across. So, I'm whining to you guys. Sorry about that. But this is where I am. I don't know what to do from here. I don't know if I'll go back for a 6-month appointment. I don't know. It seems kind of pointless. And I just feel like it's to the point where, like, they're like, oh, you've been to a neurologist before? And okay. So then it just, like, it confirms in their minds that it has to be a mental issue and I'm in denial, rather than something is actually going on neurologically with me. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. I do have the second part of our road trip coming up. I already did the video. I just have to, like, put the pictures and stuff in with it. And then I have a video about ticks and traveling, because that was an interesting experience. What am I playing with now? A little toy. My son brought this in. It moves. Look, it moves. And its tail moves, and it, yeah, I think it's supposed to pull a cart, because it's got, like, these, fuck. It's got like these little like pinholes. I think it pulls a cart, but you can also put a person on it, I think. Anyway, I'm rambling. That's all, guys. I will talk to you later. I have a couple more videos coming up, hopefully sooner rather than later. Also, it's the Christmas season, so expect to hear me talking about that a lot because I love Christmas. And hopefully that'll put me in a better mood. Love you guys lots.